Hello students, how are you all? Today we are going to start chapter 7 of our civics, role of police and court. In this chapter you will study about maintenance of law and order, role of the police, public prosecutor, district administration, first information report, directives of the Supreme Court on FIR, process of criminal justice, role of the defense lawyer, maintenance of law and order. While the parliament is concerned with making laws, the court is responsible for judging it if the laws are well implemented or not. In this, courts are held by the police. The police is responsible for looking into the matters of unlawful acts and present wrongdoers in the court. The courts have played a very significant and productive role in laying the foundation of constitutional law. The courts and the police force are collectively responsible for upholding the law and protecting the life and property of the citizen of a nation. Parliament decides what the laws will be. The court decide how these laws will be applied to particular cases. The courts are the protectors of the fundamental rights of the people and are known for their impartial decision in all disputes. Meera Sinha lives in the Shalimar Garden in Delhi. One night, while she was out to watch a movie, her house was robbed. When she returned, she was shocked to see that all her money, jewelry, and other valuables were missing. Meera went to the police station and filed an FIR. The police started investigating the case. They questioned the neighbors. After some days, the robbers were caught. The police then filed a charge sheet in the magistrate's court and then the case was presented before the judge. Role of the police. The police is responsible for maintaining law and order in the state. Whenever a crime is committed, the police arrest the suspect on the basis of the FIR filed with them. The laws made by the parliament need to be enforced properly and effectively. This is done through different agencies of the government. The police is the primary law enforcement agency. The police is responsible for preventing crime, investigating crime, upholding the law. Police hierarchical setup at district level. Superintendent of Police, SP, in charge of a district. Additional Superintendent of Police, ASP, Deputy Superintendent of Police, DSP, in charge of subdivision in a district. Inspector of Police, in charge of a police station. Sub-Inspector of Police, SI, in charge of a smaller police station. Assistant Sub-Inspector of Police, ASI, Head Constable, Constable, Chowkidar. Hierarchy of police officers. A district is divided into 5 or 6 subdivisions, each under the charge of a deputy superintendent of police. There are thanas or police stations which are under the charge of an inspector of police. The sub-inspector, assistant sub-inspector, head constable and constables work in each police station. The police appoints chowkidars in villages. They help the police to detect crime and arrest the culprits. The code of conduct for the police states that the police must abide by the Constitution of India. The police is not over and above the law. The Supreme Court has also issued certain guidelines to the police in order to protect the fundamental rights of the citizen. The time, the place of arrest and the venue of custody of the person accused should be noted by the police. If the relatives of the accused do not reside with him, then the police should inform the relatives through a legal aid organization. The accused should be made aware of his rights immediately after the arrest. The right to be defended by a legal practitioner of his choice. The right to be produced before the magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. Similarly, if there is a dispute between two states of India, it is the court which decides who is in the right. The court is the upholder of the Constitution and gives its judgment according to the laws of the country. Public prosecutor. A crime is a wrong done not only against the victim but also against the society at large. The public prosecutor is a person who in a criminal court represents the case on the behalf of the state against the person accused of the crime. The criminal trial finds out the truth and determines the guilt and innocence of the accused. The prosecutor plays an important role in helping the court in making a decision. A public prosecutor is a public servant whose duties and responsibilities are of public interest. He occupies a unique position in the criminal justice system as the lawyer for the state and is bound by law and professional ethics while delivering justice. District administration. The states are divided into a number of districts. The district magistrate or collector or deputy commissioner is in charge of district administration. Disputes at the district level are set up through district judicial setup. This is the image of all women police station. First information report. The first information report is the information recorded by the aggrieved detailing occurrence of crime. On the basis of the FIR, the police begins its investigation. An FIR can be filed in the police station of the concerned area under whose jurisdiction the offence has occurred. It must be filed with the officer in charge or with an assistant sub-inspector. A proper procedure to file an FIR are as given here. First, the information meets the officer in charge at the police station and narrates the sequence of events. The officer writes down the complaint and it is signed by the informant. The information given is then entered in a book to be kept by the officer. A copy of the FIR is given to the informant. In an FIR, the following details are noted: the place where it occurred, the name and address of the complainant, the name and address of the suspect, if any, description of the crime, in case of theft, details of property stolen. The selection of the law which applies to the offence. If the officer in charge refuses to file an FIR, this information should be sent to the superintendent of police in writing. He or she will investigate or say any officer to investigate subordinate to him. Directives of the Supreme Court on FIR. The FIR must be filed as soon as the information about the offence is received. Before beginning the investigation, the concerned police officer should make an inference from the facts mentioned in the FIR that an offence has been committed. An FIR can be registered at a police station even if the scene of the crime does not fall in its territorial jurisdiction. However, the FIR should be forwarded to the concerned police station as soon as possible. Process of criminal justice. The process or procedure of a civil case and a criminal case are different. In matters of family and property disputes, the involved parties approach the court and the court settles the matter. In case of criminal cases, the following procedures are adopted. First, the aggrieved files an FIR. The police examines the crime scene, questions the witness, records statements, conducts a search and collects evidence. If any suspect is found, the police arrest the suspect also. If the police finds sufficient evidence against the accused, it arrests him and then the police files a charge sheet in the magistrate court. The trial begins. The accused is given the opportunity to defend himself through a fair trial. He can hire a lawyer of his choice to defend himself. The lawyer who presents complainant's case is known as the public prosecutor. In India, a person is considered innocent until proven guilty in the court. If the court finds the accused guilty, the court awards punishment. The punishment depends upon the nature and severity of the crime committed. Role of the defense lawyer. The defense lawyer appointed by the accused presents the case on behalf of the accused and cross-examines the witness. He asks the courts to summon witness to prove that the accused is not guilty. Thus, the accused is given full opportunity to defend himself through a fair trial. The judges pass an impartial judgment only after hearing both sides of the case. Do you know? Cognizable offense. An offense in which the police may arrest a person without warrant. Non-cognizable offense. An offense in which a police officer has no authority to arrest without a warrant. Summing up, the courts and the police force are collectively responsible for upholding the law and protecting life and property of the citizen of a nation. The police is primary law enforcement agency. The police is responsible for preventing crime, investigating crime, upholding the law. The code of conduct for the police states that the police must abide by the Constitution of India. Thank you, class. Let's meet in the next chapter.